Welcome to the first episode of Lost Without Translation, the After Party, where we discuss the game we played last week, now armed with a bit more knowledge about what we were playing, what we were doing. This was a pilot episode, so, it was a learning experience for us. Anyway, my name's Mike.
I'm Sorush.
And I'm Cam.
Galaxy Fight Universal Warriors, apparently. If you guys didn't know, epic fail right off the beginning, because even though we played the Japanese import version of this game, it came out in English on Sega Saturn. Which I don't think will happen often, because usually we know what we're going to play before we play it, but this time, because it was the pilot, we just tested out whatever we had available, and that was Galaxy Fight. Seemed like a good choice, but not really. We were wondering when we were playing it, right, why you would think like it's a good enough quality, you would have thought it would have come over here. And now that I've seen it comes out on Sega Saturn, I bet it was, I don't know if you guys know, PlayStation, Sony had a big deal when they moved to PS1. They didn't want 2D games anymore. They wanted everything to be 3D, like your Tomb Raiders and Resident Evils and stuff, so they stopped a lot of Japanese games over 2D from coming over. Okay. So I wonder if that's why it never came out over here in PlayStation, and Saturn just needed all the games it could get. So that would make sense.
There is a character we didn't get to see, apparently, called Bonus Kun, which is a mid I guess if you're playing one player, is a mid storyline boss. That is an homage to Ryu, actually.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, I see a picture of him here. He looks like he's like a piece of tofu, and I guess he comes from another game called Waku Waku 7. Like, I don't know, it must be a cross.
Waku Waku 7 was actually released by Sunsoft later on.
Okay.
So they used the same engine as Galaxy Fighter.
Oh, crazy. It was like a spiritual sequel.
Yeah, Waku Waku 7. But he did, other than the engine underneath, apparently nothing between the two games is the same. Okay. Well, they're both 2D fighters, right? Obviously, because of the engine, but the storyline, the setting is all different. Looks like this Bonus Kun is actually Rue. Where is Rue? Oh, which is a boss.
Oh wow,
it was his punching bag that came to life. That's why it looks like a piece of tofu.
Oh, it's actually a punching bag. Oh, I see.
There he is.
Yeah.
It is crazy, actually. Looking at Wikipedia here, the amount of spin-offs. We've never heard of Galaxy Fighter, right? Like everybody, of course, has heard of Street Fighter. Yeah. Most people remember Super Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct.
Yeah. No, but even for
but there are so many. If you read through this, or if you do a little bit of research, there are so many other games which have spun off, been inspired, or vice versa by this. Like it says, there was a Game Boy title, then they brought in another character which came from Game Boy. Like it looks like it's actually evolved, or been. I guess being in that realm of fighter games, they all influence each other. All games influence each other, really. So it's interesting to see a title that apparently existed but nobody knew about.
I'm sure there's like one person watching is gonna be like, it's my favorite game, how did you guys not know?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like,
but even among like the Neo Geo, it was like 50% fighting games.
Yes.
Like King of Fighters, Fatal Fury,
yes,
Art of Fighting, ton more, I can't remember, Samurai Showdown, World Heroes, like, and still like it's I still never heard of it,
Right, so I was injured.
Yeah, so okay, that's your excuse.
Yeah.
Which you say in the episode, but I didn't.
Which Mike initially said, no excuses.
No excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. And, no, it's like beside I was injured, fighting games with only 2 buttons should be actually okay. I was trying to find the Eddie in it, but there was no Eddie.
There weren't Eddies back then.
Kept trying to find the taunt button quite successfully.
We found that pretty good.
We all found the taunt button.
But Suresh brought up a good point. Like when you're playing those 4-button fighters, the taunt button, that triangle, is usually your hard punch, right?
Yeah.
So we kept going for that.
Yeah, totally.
Oh wow! I'm just reading that there are no walls in the stage, and the screen
you can keep going?
scroll indefinitely.
Oh, we never tested
and
it.
we never noticed that.
Well,
why
the
would
funny
they-
thing is, I'm backing up. There was that one fight right before when we were fighting the computer, and I'm saying,
Right.
oh, if you just stay on the D, like stay on the defense the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, how long can I back up? I just assumed there was an edge
There
to the
is an edge.
screen.
Because all has been an edge, yeah.
Apparently
So
there
can
isn't.
you just kept going?
That's
How
awesome
silly
because
of
when
me.
you get cornered, there.
That sucks. Well, that's part of
Yeah.
the strategy. In other
Yeah, in
games,
Street
too.
Fighter 2, you always get someone up in the
Yeah.
corner and then just
Yeah.
put a beating on them. So
That guy is usually.
kind of opens it up a bit.
So here's the story. In this galaxy, the divine being appears once every millennia.
Of course.
And now it's that millennia, the time, I guess that one time. And so everyone comes to this galaxy, this system in the galaxy to meet him. And his name is Felden Krace, sure. So everyone wants to fight God. That's the story of the game.
Well, it's not, maybe not God, this higher power.
Yeah, well,
Just to comment on some of our stuff, I mean, we did have, sometimes you'll see in the video the flashing.
yeah.
And unfortunately, that was actually shadows, which we're assuming the refresh rate was fast enough that they appear as partially transparent. But the way the slicing works on the timing of the frames from the transfer video to YouTube and whatnot, it turned into like essentially things that would flash intermittently.
Mhm.
This is supposed to be shadows, or in some cases reflections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else there is to say. I mean, fighter games, there's a limited amount to it. In the end, it's
Yeah.
just going to be you're going to punch and kick a few guys and get your way to the boss,
No, we didn't.
which we did happen to fail miserably at.
Next time, we definitely have a game that didn't come out over here.
Yeah, so we have a justification to be lost without translation.
Yeah.
This
and,
time
we will.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's worth bringing up. We picked that game because we couldn't read it, right?
Yes.
It came up with all the kanji characters, and we were like, "Oh, there's a perfect example for a game we won't be able to understand." And then we
Yes.
picked it, and it turned out it was mostly in English.
Yes.
Right.
So anyway, we've already got the next episode ready, and it is going to be the complete opposite of that.
My hot cooking?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So everyone,
Yes.
stay tuned next week for My Hot Cooking. Thanks for checking us out. See you next time.